Imagine sitting at your desk in the 16th century, papers stacked neatly, a pen in your hand, and beside you, a small human corpse, frozen in decay. Not a symbol, not an allegory, a real reminder of death, meant to stay in your field of vision all day long. These objects were known as memento mori. Their purpose was not to shock, but to remind. Life is fragile. Time is limited. Every action matters. In an era marked by disease, war, and uncertainty, death was not an abstract concept. It was present, tangible, and unavoidable. And some of these reminders were so detailed, so unsettling, that they still challenge our idea of what art was allowed to show. One of the most striking examples comes from around 1520. The German sculptor Hans Leinberger carved a small wooden figure showing a skeleton still clinging to fragments of skin. The flesh appears ready to fall away at any moment, suspended between life and death. These figures were not rare anomalies. Across Europe, similar forms appeared on desks, in offices, and in private studies. A corpse, ribs exposed, torn flesh hanging loosely. Sometimes the figure held an object, a scroll, a flower, or a warning meant to be read. Leinberger's sculpture holds a parchment inscribed in Latin. I am what you will be. I was what you are. This is the fate of every man. The message is direct, uncomfortable, impossible to ignore. This obsession with mortality extended far beyond small desk objects. Tombs, rings, jewelry, and large-scale sculptures repeated the same theme. Death was shown as it truly was: decay, transformation, and inevitability. One of the most powerful large-scale examples is the statue of René de Chalon, attributed to Ligier Richier around 1550. The sculpture depicts the dried corpse of the young French prince, dead at just 25, holding his own heart in his raised hand. After the Renaissance, these objects did not disappear. They evolved. In the early 19th century, portable memento mori became more stylized, less graphic, but the message remained unchanged. Remember that you will die. Some were small enough to be worn, pendants containing tiny skeletons, double-faced carvings showing Christ on one side and a skull on the other. Faith and death, inseparable, reduced to an object that could rest in the palm of a hand. Others were far more explicit. A carved wooden figure shows a male corpse lying inside a coffin. The body is in an advanced state of decomposition. Worms emerge from the abdomen. There is no symbolism left to interpret, only the physical reality of death. Today, these objects may seem disturbing, but in their time, they served a different purpose. They were not meant to terrify, but to focus the mind, to strip away illusion, to remind the living that time, once lost, cannot be reclaimed. So the next time we rush through another day, surrounded by screens and distractions, we might ask ourselves the same question these objects once posed in silence. If you were reminded of your mortality every day, how would you choose to live?